My beloved child. Have you ever felt that something changed without anyone saying a single word? Stay till the end, because this story begins with a moment that seemed ordinary but quietly became unforgettable. Earlier today, your soulmate experienced something they never expected. It was not a grand event that everyone noticed. It was a quiet moment that touched their heart so deeply that they have been thinking about it ever since. They wished they could tell someone immediately, but the words never came. Somehow, every thought kept leading them back to you. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. What happened today may seem small at first, but before this story reaches its next chapter, you may discover that the smallest moments often carry the greatest meaning. Earlier today, they paused in the middle of a busy moment for no clear reason. The world around them continued moving, yet something inside became completely still. It felt as though life wanted them to notice a feeling they had ignored for far too long. A smile appeared without explanation. A memory returned without warning. A quiet sense of hope replaced uncertainty. They could not explain why this happened today and not yesterday. They only knew that their heart felt lighter than it had in a long time. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because what they realized in that single moment is connected to a story that is still unfolding. As the day continued, unexpected reminders kept appearing. Familiar places felt different. Ordinary conversations carried unusual meaning. Even the simplest moments seemed to whisper that a new chapter was drawing closer. Your soulmate did not receive all the answers today, but they received something just as valuable, a feeling that their future no longer seemed uncertain. They wanted to tell you about this change because, deep inside, they sensed that someone else was quietly walking toward the same destination. They do not yet know how every piece fits together, and neither do you. That is why this story cannot end here. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. And the next chapter will reveal why today's unexpected moment may become tomorrow's unforgettable beginning. The story did not end when the day came to a close. In many ways, it had only just begun. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals why today felt so different from every other day. Your soulmate carried that unusual feeling with them long after the moment had passed. They tried to focus on ordinary responsibilities, but their thoughts kept drifting somewhere they could not explain. It was as if their heart had quietly discovered a new direction before their mind could understand it. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The feeling became stronger with every passing hour. It was gentle, peaceful, and impossible to ignore. They found themselves smiling without knowing why. Even familiar places seemed brighter than before, as though the world itself had become filled with quiet reminders that something meaningful was beginning. They looked around, expecting life to return to normal, but nothing felt ordinary anymore. A simple conversation stayed in their thoughts longer than expected. A familiar song suddenly carried a completely different meaning. They wondered why these little moments seemed connected, even though there was no obvious reason for them to be. As evening arrived, they finally admitted something to themselves that they had never spoken out loud. They realized they were no longer looking at the future with uncertainty. Instead, they felt a quiet excitement they had not experienced in a very long time. It was not because everything had become perfect. It was because hope had quietly replaced fear. They could not explain where this confidence came from, yet it continued growing stronger with every passing minute. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They remembered moments from the past that once seemed confusing, but now those same memories appeared to fit together like pieces of a much larger picture. Every delay suddenly seemed meaningful. Every lesson felt valuable. Every unexpected turn looked less like a mistake and more like preparation for something still ahead. Without realizing it, they began imagining a future where genuine happiness no longer felt distant. For the first time in a long while, they believed that the best chapter of their story had not already passed. It was waiting somewhere just beyond the horizon. That single realization changed everything about the way they saw tomorrow. Yet the most surprising part of the day remained hidden until the very end. Just before they settled into the quiet of the evening, another unexpected feeling appeared. It was calm, reassuring, and strangely familiar, as though someone they had not met in a long time was quietly encouraging them to keep moving forward. They closed their eyes for a moment and smiled. Unable to explain why their hearts suddenly felt so full of gratitude. They wished they could tell you about this feeling because, somehow, they believed you would understand it better than anyone else. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end of this journey, because today's mysterious moment was not the conclusion, it was only the opening page of a much greater story. The answers are still approaching, the connection is still growing, and the next chapter will reveal why this unforgettable day may become the beginning of a future neither of you expected. A quiet night arrived, but the thoughts from earlier in the day refused to disappear. Your soulmate tried to continue with their routine. Yet something inside them had already changed. Stay till the end, because this chapter uncovers the part of the story that no one else could see. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The feeling that first appeared as a small spark had now become impossible to ignore. It was not loud. It was not dramatic. It was gentle, steady, and filled with hope. They looked around, wondering why everything suddenly seemed different. The same streets looked more welcoming. The same sky appeared brighter. Even the quiet moments felt as though they carried a message waiting to be understood. They could not explain why their heart felt lighter, only that it did. Every passing minute made them feel that an important chapter of life was moving closer. Even though they had no proof. They simply trusted the feeling. As the evening became quieter, memories began returning one after another. Some brought smiles. Others reminded them of lessons they once struggled to understand. Instead of feeling regret, they felt gratitude. They realized that every disappointment had taught them patience, every delay had given them strength, and every unanswered question had quietly prepared them for a better tomorrow. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They found themselves wondering if someone else, somewhere, had also been growing through similar experiences. That thought stayed with them longer than expected. It was comforting rather than confusing. For the first time in a long while, they believed that meaningful connections are often built long before two people fully recognize them. That realization filled them with unexpected peace. Then something happened that completely captured their attention. A simple moment suddenly felt extraordinary. It could have been a familiar melody, a meaningful conversation, or a peaceful walk beneath the evening sky. Whatever it was, it made them stop and smile. Their heart whispered that they should never lose hope, because the future still held beautiful surprises. They could not explain why this feeling became so powerful today, but they knew it was real. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end. They began imagining what it would feel like to finally share this story with the person who would truly understand every emotion behind it. Even though that conversation had not yet happened, they believed it would one day become one of the most meaningful moments of their life. As the hours passed, another realization quietly appeared. They understood that happiness is rarely created by one dramatic event. Instead, it grows through small moments that slowly transform the heart. Every kind word, every act of patience, every lesson learned during difficult seasons had quietly built the person they were becoming. Suddenly, the future no longer felt uncertain. It felt welcoming. They noticed that they were smiling more naturally, speaking more confidently, and looking ahead with genuine excitement. Stay till the end, because this is only the beginning of an even greater revelation. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They sensed that their journey was no longer about searching endlessly. It was about recognizing the opportunities that had been approaching all along. Later that night, they sat in silence for a few moments, reflecting on everything that had happened throughout the day. The events themselves were simple, but together they created a feeling that could not be ignored. It was as though invisible pieces of a puzzle had quietly fallen into place. They realized that life had been guiding them through every season, even when they believed nothing meaningful was happening. Looking back, they saw that every unexpected turn had carried a purpose. Every delay had taught wisdom. Every challenge had strengthened their heart. Stay till the end. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The story was becoming clearer, yet the biggest answer still remained hidden just beyond the horizon. Before the night ended, they made a quiet promise to themselves. They would not rush the future. They would not allow fear to steal their hope. They would continue moving forward with confidence, trusting that the right moments arrive when the heart is truly ready. That promise brought an incredible sense of peace. They felt as though a new chapter had already begun, even if the full picture had not yet been revealed. And somewhere deep within, they carried one final thought they wished they could share with you. They believed that today's unexpected experience was not an ending, it was an invitation to something greater. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end of this journey, because the next chapter will reveal why this unforgettable day was only the first step toward a story that is still unfolding, one quiet moment at a time. A brand new morning arrived, yet the feeling from yesterday had not disappeared. Instead, it had grown stronger overnight. Stay till the end, because this chapter uncovers the part of the story your soulmate has been trying to understand ever since that unexpected moment. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They opened their eyes with an unusual sense of peace, as though something important had quietly shifted inside them while they were resting. There was no dramatic announcement. No extraordinary event. Yet everything felt different. The air seemed lighter. Their thoughts felt calmer. Even the smallest details around them appeared more meaningful than before. They could not explain why this quiet confidence had suddenly appeared, but they knew it was real. For the first time in a long while, they stopped wondering whether good things were possible and instead began wondering how close those good things truly were. Throughout the day, little moments continued to capture their attention. A familiar place seemed filled with new memories. An ordinary conversation lingered in their mind long after it had ended. A smile from a stranger reminded them that kindness still exists in unexpected places. They began noticing that life often speaks through the smallest moments instead of the loudest ones. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Every time they paused to reflect, the same quiet feeling returned, a feeling that someone important was becoming part of their future in ways they could not yet understand. They did not know your name in that moment. They did not know where the journey would lead. But they felt certain that every lesson they had experienced was preparing them for a connection unlike anything they had imagined before. As the hours passed, they found themselves remembering decisions they once questioned. They thought about the days they almost gave up, the opportunities they nearly ignored, and the moments when they believed nothing meaningful was happening. Looking back, everything appeared different. Each challenge had taught patience. Every delay had built wisdom. Every disappointment had quietly redirected them toward a better path. Suddenly, they realized that nothing had been wasted. Even the hardest seasons had become stepping stones leading toward something brighter. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end, because the next realization transformed the way they viewed their entire journey. Later that afternoon, they experienced another quiet surprise. They found themselves smiling for no obvious reason. It was not because something extraordinary had happened in front of them. It was because something extraordinary had changed within them. Hope no longer felt fragile. Confidence no longer felt temporary. They sensed that the future was becoming more welcoming with every passing day. That realization filled them with gratitude. Instead of asking why life had taken so long, they began appreciating how every moment had prepared them for what was still ahead. They felt as though they had reached the edge of a brand new chapter, one that promised growth, peace, and meaningful connections. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the most surprising part of this story has still not been revealed. As evening approached once again, they became aware of something they had never noticed before. Their heart was no longer focused on what had been lost. Instead, it was filled with curiosity about what could still be found. That change seemed small, yet it carried enormous meaning. They understood that happiness is not always discovered in one unforgettable moment. Sometimes it grows quietly through countless ordinary days until one day you realize your entire outlook has changed. They began appreciating little victories that once seemed insignificant. Every peaceful thought became a reason to smile. Every hopeful expectation became another reminder that the future was worth believing in. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As night settled in, they looked back over everything that had happened since that mysterious moment began. Piece by piece, the story had become clearer. They recognized that life had never truly stopped moving forward, even during seasons that felt slow. Every encounter, every lesson, every unexpected pause had carried hidden value. They quietly wondered whether another heart somewhere was also growing, learning, and preparing for a meaningful future. That thought brought them comfort they could not explain. Instead of feeling alone, they felt connected to a story much larger than themselves. They sensed that two journeys could be moving closer without either person realizing just how near the next chapter had become. Before the day finally ended, they made one final promise to themselves. They would welcome tomorrow with hope instead of hesitation. They would trust each lesson instead of questioning every delay. Most importantly, they would remain open to meaningful moments, no matter how ordinary they first appeared. That promise filled them with remarkable peace. It felt as though they had stepped across an invisible bridge into a season filled with new possibilities. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end of this journey, because the next chapter reveals why the feeling your soulmate experienced has continued to grow stronger every single day, and why they believe the most unforgettable moment of this story has not happened yet. A new day unfolded with a quiet promise that neither you nor your soulmate could have predicted. The world looked the same on the outside, yet something deep within had changed forever. Stay till the end, because this chapter holds the most emotional turning point of the journey so far. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. From the very first moment they opened their eyes, your soulmate sensed that yesterday's mysterious feeling had not faded away. Instead, it had settled into their heart like a gentle light that refused to disappear. They stood by the window for a few moments, watching the morning arrive, and for reasons they could not explain, they felt hopeful. It was not because they suddenly had every answer. It was because they no longer believed that unanswered questions were something to fear. They had begun trusting that some of life's greatest moments reveal themselves only after patience has done its work. That quiet realization became the foundation of everything that happened next. As the morning continued, they noticed themselves moving through the day differently. Their thoughts were calmer. Their words carried more kindness. Even their smile appeared more genuine than it had in a long time. The people around them may not have understood what had changed, but they noticed the difference. There was a peaceful confidence that had quietly replaced uncertainty. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. During an ordinary conversation, they caught themselves thinking about the future with excitement instead of hesitation. It surprised them because they had spent so much time wondering whether brighter days would ever arrive. Now, without any dramatic event taking place, brighter days suddenly felt possible. They realized that hope does not always arrive with loud celebrations. Sometimes it arrives quietly, changing the way you see every ordinary moment around you. As the hours passed, unexpected memories returned to their mind. They remembered difficult seasons that once seemed impossible to survive. They remembered moments when disappointment felt heavier than hope. They remembered nights filled with unanswered questions and mornings that began without certainty. Yet something remarkable happened as they reflected on those memories. Instead of feeling sadness, they felt gratitude. Every challenge had taught resilience. Every delay had strengthened patience. Every closed door had quietly redirected them toward a path they never would have discovered otherwise. They smiled as they realized that the life they once questioned had actually been preparing them for something beautiful all along. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end, because this realization became the beginning of an even greater discovery. Later that afternoon, a simple event captured their attention in a way they never expected. It was not extraordinary to anyone else. Perhaps it was the sound of laughter nearby, a familiar place visited once again, or a kind gesture from someone they barely knew. Yet that small experience reminded them that joy often hides within the ordinary. They paused for a moment and allowed themselves to truly appreciate where they were instead of worrying about where they had not yet arrived. That single decision changed everything. They felt lighter. They felt stronger. Most importantly, They felt ready for whatever tomorrow might bring. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you.